Yes.
Like I said, more certain.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
I mean,
Right. Definitely. Yes. No, sounds good. If you were in the Twin Cities, I would tell you who my teacher is because she's still doing plenty of classes, but alas. No, we're fine. We're just running a little late. We'll be fine.
All right, let's do this.
Okay.
Tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Page 10.
Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov umanayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Behold how good it is to be together as family as we celebrate Shabbat together today. Hi everyone, my name is Ellie Prippus. I was the rabbinic intern for Temple Beth David over the past year, and I'm leading a couple of services this summer. Oh, and I will also be the B'nai Mitzvah tutor next year, so still going to be connected and very glad to still be connected to Temple Beth David. Welcome to Shabbat Balak, or as it also can be called, the Shabbat of the Talking Donkey. We'll talk a little bit about that, but that's not what my drash is really going to be about. But I felt like, especially with the child present, it's an important detail to mention. It's the Shrek Parsha. But for right now, we'll go on to candle lighting. Is there anybody who would like to help me out and light our candle tonight? Light our candles. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
before we go on, I just want to quickly, a couple preemptive thank yous. Thank you to Tim for working our system for the live stream. Thank you to Lee for being our usher. And a special thank you to Becca for singing with me today. You have a lovely voice, and it's always such a pleasure to sing with you. So we'll be heading on to page 13 for Kabbalat Shabbat as we receive Shabbat and we sing about the joy, the pure joy of the world and creation as Shabbat arrives. So we'll be at the first part of we'll be on the bottom paragraph. There we go.
Page 13.
On page 13. So. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam umelo, 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 Yismehu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismehu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismehu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam umelo, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam, Yihiram hayam umelo, Yismehu hashamayim, Yismehu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismehu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz. We turn to page 20 to greet the face of Shabbat and to celebrate the union of the Jewish people with Shabbat. In Jewish mystical circles, there's a saying that on Shabbat, at this moment, you get a second soul. So we sing for that moment of great joy and for reunion, both and abundance for ourselves and for the world. We'll be on page 20 and 21. We'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we get to verse 9, I'll ask you to rise. We'll turn towards the door, and we'll sing to the opening of the building where Shabbat comes in to greet us. Okay. I think that's all there's a lot of logistics around that one. But it's one of my favorite prayers. So. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zahor b'dibur echad, hishmianu el hamilchad. Adonai echad u'shemo echad, l'shem u'tiferet v'tihiyah,
Lecha dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nekabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki hi mekor ha'beracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof maaseh b'machshava tila Lecha dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nekabela Hitoreri Kiva orech kumi uri shir daberi kevod Adonai alai nigla lecha dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nekabela Boi v'shalom ateret bela Gam v'simcha u'sahala Toch emunei am segula Boi chala Lecha dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha dodi likrat kala P'nei Shabbat nekabela
You may be seated. We turn to page 23 for an added prayer tonight, Mikol Mayim Rabim. It's the fourth line on the third paragraph. And when I texted Becca and asked her to help lead, I asked if there was anything she really wanted to sing, and this is what she really wanted to sing, and I don't know it. So I'm really excited to be able to listen to you sing it.
Well, thanks for adding it in. Mikolot, Mayim Rabim, Adirim, Mishpereyam, Adir b'marom, Adonai, Adir b'marom, Adonai, Edotecha nemnu meod, Levetecha nava kodesh, Adonai, leorech yamim.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Becca. We'll turn to page 26 for Chatzi Kaddish and Rise, and Becca will be leading us.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba. Amen. Ve'amad yivrach erutei ve'amlich malchutei. Ha'ar v'yitroma v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal.
Shemay Dekudasha Barichu.
Leila min kol berchata v'shirata.
Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran be'alma.
V'yimeru.
Amen. We stay standing for the Baruch. We'll be doing the Noah Aronson version, so the English lyrics are on the song sheet that maybe didn't get passed out, but hopefully we can make it work now.
We'll muddle through.
We'll start with some lies anyways. So.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand?
Am I awake?
Am I prepared? Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Le'olam Va'ed Yadadai 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 Yadadai
You may be seated. We'll turn now to the first blessing that comes before the Shema in the evening. It's one of my favorites. It's the blessing for sunset, for the waves for the change from day into night. We'll be back on our song sheet, doing Roll Into Dark by Noam Katz, which is also a song that I really adore. So, great. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Borei dark, roll into light. Night comes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. And we'll turn to page 32 and read in the English. our blessing for love and God's love for the Jewish people. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We turn to a prayer for unity, a center of our prayer as well, the Shema, and we rise as we call to ourselves to listen and to hear. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. You may be seated. Page 36, Ve'ahavta, and you shall love your God. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'chayu hadavarim ha'elem asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'shachbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru ve'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Amen. And we turn to a song for freedom. We end Ve'ahavta with a reminder that God brought us out of Egypt, and now we turn to the song that we sing as we leave Egypt. So on page 40, we'll be singing Mi Chamocha.
Yai dai dai yai dai 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 yai dai dai yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 yai dai 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 Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha netar b'kodesh Nora tehilot osef eleh Nora tehilot osef eleh Malchutecha ra'uvanecha Bokeach yam Moshe Miriam Ze'elianu ve'amru Ze'elianu ve'ameru Adonai yimloch le'olam le'olam va'ed.
ונאמר כיבד אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גל Yisrael. And now we turn back to our supplement for the song that we sing as night falls, and we ask God for peace, for safety, and for comfort as we head into the night. I like to think of this as a lullaby, and as a lullaby, we're singing to God to protect us.
Hashkiveinu, Adonai Eloheinu, L'shalom v'hamidenu, Shomreinu l'chaim, Ufros aleinu, Sukat shlomecha, v'takneinu b'tatova, milfanecha, v'hoshienu, leman shemecha. Grant us peace as we lay down and close our eyes. You will shelter me and my family 'neath the shadow of your wings. Keep us safe and raise us up to life renewed. And through every storm, you will keep us warm, filled with love and light. Watching over us, you will carry us safely through the night. Grant us peace as we lay down and close our eyes. You will shelter me and my family 'neath the shadow of your wings. Keep us and raise us up to life. Sukat shlomecha, and through every storm, you will keep us warm, filled with watching over us. You will carry us safely through the night.
And we'll turn now to the Amidah, and we'll rise on page. We're not turning to the Amidah, but we're doing something else first. We're doing the Vishamru first, and then we'll go to the Amidah. So we'll turn to page 44. But you will still rise. I was just getting ahead of myself. It's okay. It happens.
Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית העולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השישי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת. לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Now the Amidah on page 46. Please stay standing. As able. And we'll do the first three together. We'll have a moment of silence and come back together with Shalom Rav on page, in my head it's 60, and my page says 60. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakom, V'Zoher Astei Avot V'Imahot, Umevi Gula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Hoser U'Moshiach U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol Ata Rav LeHoshia, Morid Hatal. Mechalkel Hayim Bechesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofe Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayim Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Bagevurot, Umidom Melach, Melech Remit Umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'nemanata Lechayotako, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahallelu chaselam. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You can take a moment to pray either the words of the prayer book, the words of your heart, or to just have a moment in silence for contemplation and to be with yourself. And you may be seated whenever you are ready. We come back together with a prayer for peace. Shalom Rav on page 60. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai hamavarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom. Amen. That concludes the Amidah. We'll turn to page 253 for the Mishaberach. To go from this prayer for peace and asking for peace, wholeness, and healing for those who need it. The way we'll do this is that we'll sing the first verse, then I will read, in between the two verses, I will read the names of those who are sick, who we're thinking of as a community, and then I will give a chance for everyone to add those who they are thinking of as well. And then we'll go on to the second verse. Mishaberach Avoteinu Mekor habracha Leimoteinu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Today we are thinking of Colin Monroe, Maddie Botlinda Walter, Guy Ben Rita, David Ben Marcel, Professor Enrico Mascaro, Annette, daughter of Ruchama, Benjamin Horowitz, Mateo Goldman, Eskia Rusakaya, Eileen Arnone, Jean Sands, Tom Fiorino, Jerry Springarn, Beth Gottlieb, Joseph Sands, Ethel Chernow, Ria Rebecca, Sarah Bat David Yosefia, Rosalind Slifka, Peggy Monroe, Shayna Mannheimer, Dorothy Lewis, Linda Willison, Zusha, son of Anika Ohuva, Squirt, Debbie Springhorn's dog, Ray Burton, Aharon Roney, son of Ruchama, Ian Wellens, Margaret S.G., Mark Passman, Yonatan, son of Shoshana and Abraham, Stephen Pastor, Rachel Bednarsh, Ruth Batmalka, and Ori, daughter of Dina, and to those names we add. Mishaberach imotenu mekor habraha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May all of them receive refuah shlema, healing in body, mind, and spirit, and let us say, Amen. So now's the portion of the service where I get to share a little Torah with you and play a little with the mic. We're good for now? Okay. So I'm going to tell you a bit about this week's Torah portion and something I get out of it. As I said, we're in the Torah portion of Balak, and let's get started. Let me tell you a story. In this parsha, Balak, we see two very different portrayals of the people of Israel. It's especially noteworthy at this point in the book of Numbers, where we've had stories that all vary from a pretty similar narrative. That story goes like this. The Israelites complain or they rebel, but then they're punished by God. But then Moses or Aaron need to intervene to stop the punishment from occurring. We had that in the story of Miriam when she got leprosy. We got that in the rebellion with Korach. We've gotten at least one or two other. And in the Korach one, I think there's two to three different times this happens. So we're getting this over and over. There's also a part where people complain about not getting fish and good food. We're good at complaining. It's okay. But in contrast for this story, we start in a pretty different place. We're outside the Israelite camp, where Balak, king of the Moabites, is deeply afraid of the Jewish people and of their might, their number, and their accomplishment. In fact, he employs a prophet and a sorcerer to curse them, a plan that backfires spectacularly when the prophet is able to do nothing but bless them. This failure is a clear sign of divine protection over the people of Israel when these blessings come from God through the prophet to them. On the other hand, at the very end of the portion, we return back to the Israelite camp, where things are not going as well. They're abandoning God for other gods, seemingly actually the gods of Moab and Midian. Another plague has broken out as a punishment, which has caused a massive death toll. In this case, the actions of one of Aaron's grandsons stop the plague, a variation but not really a deviation from that story I described earlier. But for me, when I see that contradiction, it illustrates the tension between how we are seen by others and how we might appear externally, and how this can contrast with our own internal experiences of our lives. That the person we might view as a threat may be dealing with issues of their own that we cannot possibly fathom as an outsider looking in. Or that while we think we can understand others, all that we may see might be a single story, a partial narrative, clouded by our own judgment and preconceived notions. In this day and age, the partial stories we see about others are enshrined in social media, in the polarization that we're experiencing, and in cutting off those with whom we disagree. In doing so, we fail to connect, fail to see, and fail to know others. We are afraid. In doing so, we are engaging in what Martin Buber would call I-it relationships, where other people are treated as objects in the world. This contrasts with I-thou relationships, where we interact deeply and seek to understand the person we are trying to interact with. We talk to a person rather than about a person. We try to understand what they want, who they are, and what they see. In doing so, Buber argues, we experience the divinity through the interaction with this other person by being fully in tune, fully in connection, and fully alive. In our current world, this disconnection from others is perhaps inevitable. There are just too many people with whom we interact on a daily basis, especially in a cursory way, for us to connect deeply and see and understand each and every person we meet and interact with, especially if that includes everyone on my Facebook feed, everyone whose Instagram posts we see, and everyone with whom we interact in the world. And honestly, when I'm trying to make small talk with a cashier or trying to make my way through a crowd on the T, that disconnection is probably a neutral fact of life. I aim not to be unkind. I do not want to be unkind or cruel or careless to any of these people, so I consider them, but I'm not necessarily deeply engaged with them personally. And yet, there are so many times when it can be easier to push away than to be with someone, especially when we disagree, when we are hurt, and we might simply want to curse the other person rather than see that they might be in turmoil themselves. So, how do we see and hear other people? I think one way is by hearing and telling stories. A Nigerian writer, in her amazing TED Talk, The Danger of a Single Story, Chimamanda Adichie says, stories matter. Many stories matter. Stories have been used to dispossess and to malign, but stories can also be used to empower and to humanize. Stories can break the dignity of a people, but stories can also repair that broken dignity. And so, let me tell you a story, and let me hear your story. What do you want to share? Who do you admire? What is your favorite childhood memory? And who do you want to become? May we share many stories, sing many songs, see and hear one another rather than turning away from each other this Shabbat and every Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. We turn, and now we think about those who are part of our story, those who are our people. We turn to page 259 to say a prayer for Israel. Avinu shebashamayim, tzur Yisrael v'goalo, barech et medinat Yisrael reshit smichat geulatenu. Hagen alecha be'evrat hasdecha ufros alecha sukat shlomecha. Ushlach orcha v'amitcha l'roshecha v'sarecha v'yoatzecha v'taknem be'etza tova milfanecha v'natata shalom ba'aretz v'simchat olam leyoshvecha v'nomar. Amen. We'll conclude our service with several. I skipped announcements, which I only have one line, so if somebody here wants to add, please do. My one line for announcements is read your weekly shofar. Anybody have?
Tomorrow morning it's 9 o'clock, maybe in the library.
Great. And then we'll turn to the concluding of our service. I've been jumping the gun a bit. Sorry, guys. We'll turn to page 282 for Aleinu. We'll be doing the paragraph on the bottom of the page.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה יוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Page 287, we'll start with the English. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding, loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift our hand but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
V'nehemar v'haya Adonai l'melecha kol haaretz v'yom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo
We turn to page 294 for Mourner's Kaddish and remain risen as able. As we say this prayer for those who are no longer with us, I'll share a list of folks who we are thinking of on the anniversary of their deaths, and then I'll go around the room to add anyone else we may be thinking of right now as well. Today, we remember the yahrzeit of Isidore Beanstock, Norma Grossman, Louis Krasnow, Catherine Ledger, Edward Sargan, Beatrice Shea, Frida Schramm, Jerome Jerry Bernard Seligman, John Chernow, Max Sinclair, Jerome Springard, Donna Ross, and anyone else? Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah. Be'alma tivarach hirute v'yamvich malchute. V'chayechon u'yomechon u'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'gala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mivarach le'olam u'amei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudasha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom v'ramav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. You may be seated. We'll turn to page 5 for Kiddush and Motzi. Wait, do we stand for Kiddush and Motzi?
No.
Great. Okay, great. I'm still learning.
Maybe we do. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay, we're sitting right now. We'll do Kiddush and Motzi with Becca leading us with Kiddush, and I think Charlotte will be doing Motzi. Yes. Well, we're on page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kadsho b'ahava u'ratzon himchilanu zikaron l'maseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh zecher litziat mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta v'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kashecha b'ahava u'ratzon himhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh hashabbat. Amen.
Great, Shar, come on, get up here, girl. Don't cough on this hollow, okay? Ready?
We give thanks for food and bread, our voices rise in song together.
As our
Joyful prayer it said, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hamotzi lehamei haaretz. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Charlotte. That was wonderful. We'll go back to page 294 and end with Oseh Shalom, another prayer for peace in a time where we deeply need wholeness and peace. The little part at the bump out at the bottom of the page. Thank you so much to everyone for being here today, for singing with us, and just hope you all have a wonderful Shabbat together and apart.
Oseh Shalom b'imromav. Oseh Shalom b'imromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu. May the one who brings peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. Oseh Shalom b'imromav. Oseh Shalom b'imromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu. May the one who brings peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace, bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who brings peace, bring peace down, bring peace down.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.